Hello, everyone. Welcome to the podcast. Something I'm going to be doing a little bit different tonight. I won two auctions off of eBay for some pro wrestling magazines from way back in the day. So let's check those out, guys. All right, like I said, I won two auctions off of eBay, and we're going to look at these together. I'm going to open them up. I kind of remember what they look like, as far as the outside pictures. Some like trigger my memory from back in the day when I used to collect these when I was a kid. So, so there was two auctions, and it came from the same person. And right here, you can see how they got it all taped up and fixed up. So I'm going to set it here on the table, and give me just a moment. Give me just a moment. I'll get this going here. Let me open these up. All right. And they were taped very good. So I have gotten comic books from eBay before and not been taped up really good. So let's see what we got here. Oh wow! And here's something else I did not realize. He's got them in these board and plastics. So um, like you would comic books for the most part. And I got like you know a lot of comic books. So let's see. This is from 1991. It's called Wrestling Superstars. That's pretty cool. I stopped collecting probably around 1990, I guess, or just 89, 90 was. I collected mostly from 86 to 88, and I don't have any of those left. I wish I still had them. And this one's called Wrestling Eye from 91. So here's the first one, Wrestling Superstars, if I can talk. Pretty cool. We got Hogan and the Steiners, Savage and Sid Vicious, U.S. champion, and the Wrestling Eye magazine here. Kerry Von Erich, one of my favorites. Bruce Beefcake, Hulk Hogan. There you go. So that's pretty cool. Let me set them over here. May open these up and look at them real good here in a minute. All right. What else do we got? Excuse me. SummerSlam 89 on this one. So this one is called the Superstar Wrestlers. Some of these I don't remember, but Inside Wrestling I do. This one is from April 91. So the first one here, Wrestling Superstars, you got Hulk Hogan right there, and Zeus. Says the Freebirds, Flair, Funk, only one can survive. So that was a big feud between Flair and Funk. They were really cool, and then Muda will make Flair cry like a baby. Muda's really cool. Muda's really cool. I really liked him. Fix that real quick. The next one is this one I was talking about, Inside Wrestling. You got Roddy Piper on top. There we go. And the Steiners. Um, world title World title shocker. Larry Sabisco stripped the AWA belt. Why WWF refuses to censor Sergeant Slaughter. Sting suffering has just begun, according to Ric Flair on that front. That's pretty cool. Um, the next one is the Wrestler, and I did collect a few of those in the past. And then Pro Wrestling Illustrated, which is the one I collected the most. Let's see. From May of 1989, the Pro Wrestling Illustrated. I'll go ahead and show you that in real quick. Hulk Hogan needs you. Kerry Von Erich, Sid Vicious, Ultimate Warrior. Press conference Lex Luger. Look at the old WWF belt. It looked a lot like the NWA TV World belt. That'd be one I would add to my collection if I could. Okay, and then the other one is the Wrestler, and July of '89. Dino Bravo, the man Hulk Hogan can't beat. Ric Flair's chilling vow, I've broken Steamboat's will. Now I'll break his legs. There you go. The wrestler. The Road Warriors up top. Dino Bravo. He was a tough cookie. That's for sure. Some of you guys may remember Dino Bravo. Okay, here's another one. This one's from February of 1990. Has Lex Luger on the front of it. How Mr. Perfect beat the Barber before the match. Hulk Hogan's on the top of it, so check that out. There's Hogan up top there. And then the other one is it's like Victory Sports Wrestling. I've never heard of that magazine. It is from, it's like 89 as well. Okay, you got Hogan, you got the Ultimate Warrior, Blue Blazer. Well, there you go. Mil Mascaras, got Jerry Lawler there. Steamboat up top, one of my favorites of all time too. Jerry Lawler. Everything I do in that ring, I do for the fans. Huge popularity in Memphis for sure. So let's see. Sports Review Wrestling. I do remember this magazine a little bit. You're looking at 1989. It looks like November of 89. Hulk Hogan's toughest matches. With a big boss man there with him. Sting up top. I think I do remember this magazine because I remember the face paint. Let me take that sticker off there, or that piece of tape. Maybe you can see it a little bit better. Sting always had the coolest face paints. And then the other one is Wrestling Eye. That's don't remember Wrestling Eye. It was something that was not sold in the in my area, North Carolina, I guess. But February 1990. Well, there you go. Wrestling Eye. Meet the young upstarts of 1990. And we know Hogan. Hogan was not an upstart in 1990, but been around a long time by then. Let's see. Get rid of this tape here. This is the Sports Review Wrestling. Let me hang on just a second, guys. Hang tight. Okay, so I fixed the lighting a little better. I was having a hard time looking at these dates on some of these. So let's see. We got the next one is the Sports Review Wrestling from February '89. What '89 has in store for them? Has all these different champions. Has the Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man, Ric Flair, Jerry Lawler, and up top it has Hacksaw Jim Duggan. There we go. That's always a good picture of Flair right there. Always thought that was a good one. And let's see, Inside Wrestling from 1991 of November. The truth behind Hogan and Savage Connection. There you go. Up top, you got Lex Luger. Let's see. And Ric Flair there. There we go. All right. So we've got a couple more here. The next one is another Sports Review Wrestling from October of '89. Got Savage versus Hogan. SummerSlam will not end this war. And the Great American Bash Tour up top. Interview with Wahoo McDaniel. And the next one is Wrestling 90. I do remember these magazines. Fall of 90. Has Hogan and Earthquake on the front of it. And it says, is AWA and NWA merger in the works? works. Wow. That never happened. What if that actually had happened? That'd been pretty cool. Right up there it says Larry Sabisco and Ric Flair. Wow, that'd have been a pretty cool merger, wouldn't it? That'd been really cool. They did work quite a bit together. Because I remember, um, the Great American Bash was at 85. The Road Warriors came in to battle the Russians. So, yeah, they did some work before. And this is the very last magazines from April 1990. It's called the Sports Review Wrestling. Got Jake Roberts on top. You got Sting and Muda. Rick Steiner, Superplex's Animal. Ric Flair, Lex Luger, Doom, and Scott Steiner. There you go. The Night of the Iron Man, Stark 89. I did not like that. I wasn't a big fan of the Iron Man tournament at Starcade. I didn't think it was that good. It probably been all right for something like a special, like a Clash of Champions or something. But for Starcade, it should have been reserved for like regular Starcade matches. I didn't care a lot for that Iron Man tournament, but some people may have. Comment below if you did, you know. So let's open up a couple of these and see what's inside, guys. All right, so they're in pretty good condition. They're not too bad. You can see some wear and tear on them right there. But not too bad. Not too bad a condition at all, considering they're ancient old at this time. Wow, look at this on the back. You could I had some of these. I bet some of y'all did too. The wrestling figures from WWF. I had the ones on the back. I had Big John Studd, Brutus Beefcake, Andre the Giant, Jake Roberts, and Hulk Hogan. And that was it. I didn't have the rest of them that are on here. I didn't have an Ultimate Warrior. I didn't have a Big Boss Man. Didn't have a Warlord or a Haku. I don't remember having Haku at all. I had the wrestling ring too. Pretty cool stuff. So this was what, 89 or 90? So yeah. There's more on here. This is like the last chance you can get these things. And on these, I had, let's see. Oh, I had Ken Patera. I had Billy Jack Haynes. I had Coco Beware. Outback Jack. They had TD. Yeah, I didn't have Ted DiBiase. Yeah, I did. Hercules. Macho Man. Freddie Blassie. Mr. Fuji. Jake Roberts. Bob Morton. I think I did have the Tito Santana. I had the British Bulldogs too. That's probably my favorite ones. Were the British Bulldogs. That's pretty cool stuff. What a walk down memory lane that was. Um, Being cool if I still had those figures and been able to keep them in pristine condition. Here's something about the Rock and Roll Express. Off the top rope. It'd be like a little editorial thing on certain wrestlers each time. And those are pretty cool to read. Let's see. Where was the one thing I always liked in these? Let me see if I can find it. Sometimes they'd be in the middle, sometimes they'd be in the back of the book. Well, there's a Road Warriors. There you go. The Road Warriors. Then you would have the little things here that would show the the other magazines, the Wrestler and Inside Wrestling. Those two we would always get here in Asheville. They would have. Let's see. Let me see if I can find this. Oh, it's got to be in here somewhere. Oh God, Terry Taylor is a Red Rooster. That was a horrible gimmick. It was horrible. Let's see. I like Terry. I thought Terry Taylor was pretty cool, but I didn't like that Red Rooster gimmick. Now here's something that's not what I was actually looking for, but the arena reports, and it would give you the results of different organizations and their matches. So like, well, let's see, and it'd be people who submitted them. So you got one from the NWA from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Ric Flair defeated Terry Funk. Lex Luger pinned Steve Williams. Sting down the Great Muta by disqualification. Rick and Scott Steiner beat Michael Hayes and Jim Garvin. Tom Zink thrashed Bill Irwin. The Skyscrapers down the Midnight Express. Tommy Rich pinned Norman the Lunatic, and Brian Pillman rocked the Cuban Assassin. Let's see. Here's one for the WWF. Lanny Poffo thrashed Coco Beware. Haku upset Jim Neidhart. Terry Taylor down Dino Bravo. Greg Valentine beat Ronnie Garvin. Hacksaw Duggan crushed Hakeem. I like the way he put these things. The Rockers destroyed Jock and Raymond Rougeau, and Hulk Hogan defeated Randy Savage. That's not actually what I was looking for, but that is cool. I remember those because I would always go back and look and see what matchups. I don't know where the heck this one thing is I'm looking for. Let me see if I can come across it somewhere. But sometimes it'd lay, like I say, in the back, and sometimes it'd be like in the middle. And I don't want to really give it away because I'm gonna try to find it. But it's one of the cool things to do. Here's a Dream Tag Team tournament, and you would have like the just Dream Tag Teams, I guess you could say, but like inter promotional matches that never would happen. But so like that, and you could fill it out, and I would. I didn't ever send them in, but I did fill them out. And had Demolition and the Road Warriors at the end, but you'd have like the Road Warriors versus Johnny and Davey Rich, Warlord and Barbarian taking on Rick Steiner and Eddie Gilbert. Demolition in here. You got small SWAT team. Got Bobby Eaton and Stan Lane versus Kerry Von Erich and Jeff Jarrett. Tully Blanchard, Arn Anderson taking on Ken Patera and Brad Reagans. So it's pretty cool. So you championship final, you decide who wins, and I don't know who won. So it's between Demolition and the Road Warriors, which was pretty cool. Again, not what I was looking for, but let me see here. I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, you can get 12 cassettes and 8 CDs for a penny. There you go. Remember those things, guys? Let's see. I don't know if. Oh, maybe this is it. Yep, here it is. This is one of my favorite parts of these magazines, which is one reason why I got Pro Wrestling Illustrated. And it had the official ratings, and you had all these different organizations with the NWA, WWF, AWA, USWA, Stampede, CWA, ACW, CWF, FCW, ICW, PNW, and WWC. And so basically, excuse me, so basically what they would do, that would be like this. You have your top 10 wrestlers and top 10 tag teams, your most popular and most hated, and then your champions in each of the organizations and the top 10 in each of those organizations. So that's how that worked. And I always found that fascinating. I really liked those because you could kind of look and see, especially like the most popular, most hated. So let's take a look at that in a minute. So Hulk Hogan, most popular, Ric Flair, Roddy Piper, Ultimate Warrior, Sting, Bruce Beefcake, Rick Steiner, Dusty Rhodes, Hacksaw Duggan, and Eric Embry was your. I remember Eric Embry pretty well from the world class days. He was a pretty decent wrestler for sure. Most hated was Terry Funk. Randy Savage, Lex Luger, Rick Rude, Great Muta, Andre the Giant, Larry Sabisco, Dennis Condrey, the Grappler, and Billy Travis. And this would have been February of 90. I don't know where Dennis Condrey was wrestling at the time. Kind of odd to see him on there. Not that he wouldn't have been a hated, most hated, I guess, but I don't know where he was even at. Because he had left the NWA in 89 after leaving it in 87. Came back in 88 and left in 89. Oh, he was a champion of the CWF Continental. That's where Dennis Condrey was at. Okie dokie. And he was 10th most hated the month before. Tag teams, Michael Hayes and Jimmy Garvin, the NWA Tag Team Champions. Demolition, WWF Tag Champions. Road Warriors, excuse me, Mike Enos and Wayne Bloom, they were a good team. Not a lot of people talk about them, but they were a good team. Skyscrapers, Tully Blanchard, Arn Anderson. Midnight Express, Rock and Roll Express, they are the CWA Tag Team Champions at this time. Jimmy Golden and Brian Lee, the CWF Tag Team Champions. And the Dynamic Dudes, Lord, Johnny Ace and Shane Douglas was the Dynamic Dudes. I remember coming out on skateboards. I was not a big fan of those two guys. And when Jim Cornette turned on them and went back for the Midnight Express, I was tickled. Let's see. Top 10 wrestlers: Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, Lex Luger, Great Muta, Sting, Randy Savage, Larry Sabisco, Jerry Lawler, Bruce Hart, the British Commonwealth champion. So the champions were Ric Flair in the NWA, Hulk Hogan WWF, Larry Sabisco AWA, Jerry Lawler in the USWA, Stampede Larry Cameron. I don't know who that is. CWA Dirty White Boy. I do know who that is. Colt Steele and ACW. He was a champion. Dennis Condrey is CWF champion. The FCW champion was Steve Kern. The ICW champion was Tony Atlas, Scotty the Body, and the Pacific Northwest. What that PNW is. And that's where I learned about Raven long before he was before Raven. And Carlos Colon, the WWC champion. Carlos Colon was really well known, very, very popular. I never have looked at these magazines before, the Victory Sports Wrestling. So the guy I got this from, it was from Pennsylvania, so maybe, of course, different stuff, different things than we were getting here in North Carolina. But set up pretty much the same, magazine-wise. Let's see. Oh, there's a big poster of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat in here. There we go. That's really cool. That's really worth having. Because I'm a big Ricky Steamboat fan. I was a big fan of a lot of guys, but Ricky Steamboat, I remember a lot. Sting, I like Muta a lot. So I'm glad these things came in those little cardboard and plastic sleeves. Those are pretty cool. So what I may do is go live, and we'll go through some of these live maybe pretty soon. That'd be kind of cool. But this brings back my childhood memories, and I hope it does for you too. And I'm going to hop off here, and until next time, God bless. We'll see you soon.